Bleacher Report article. It's AI written? Is this really AI written? No, I doubt it. Power ranking every NBA team's 3-year window. 3-year window. Okay. Now, I'm interested to see how they approach this because you look at who they have here. It's 2 young teams. There's probably older teams that have a better 3-year window than them. Let's see. Number 30, Chicago Bulls. Okay. So what's the argument for the Nets being ahead of the Bulls? Like, how are the Nets not dead last? They have nobody on their team. Like, I think for the Bulls, you could maybe make a case that, like, Giddey explodes onto the scene. Don't make any jokes off the Giddey explodes portion there. But Giddey explodes onto the scene. What's there for the Nets? They're going to be terrible. Wizards, okay. Blazers, all right. Pistons. Hornets, okay. I'd actually put the Pistons over the Hornets, and just because I think Cade fits the mold of what could be a championship level number 1 more than LaMelo currently. Like, obviously, neither of these teams have any real chance, but so the Clippers, to me, okay, they still do have Kawhi, but okay, yeah, this is actually fair. I just don't see how the Jazz could be this high. So let me just say, personally, I'd have the Pistons ahead of the Jazz. Now, before you say anything, the reason being, like I said, I'm big in on Cade, and I think he fits the mold. The lead guard, the lead ball handler who can play defense, who has size, can create for others, can create for himself. I guess for the Jazz, you're kind of thinking they already have Markkanen, and if they get lucky in the draft, this list is dumb because a single trade could change this entire list. That's true. The Hawks at 22, okay. The Raptors at 21. Fair. I mean, same thing I've said with Cade. I feel the same about Scotty. Like, out of every team we've talked about so far, Scotty has the sort of, you could see it being the number 1 guy. A lot would have to go his way, but you can see it. Miami Heat. Okay, I mean, yeah, they're still competitive now. I think their window has slammed shut, though, unfortunately. The Lakers, same thing. Like, a very short window, but yeah. Spurs at 18. I'm interested to see who's higher than the Spurs that I disagree with. Okay, so just right here, I don't see a pathway for the Warriors to win a finals in the next 3 years. I don't see it. It had to be Curry going God mode, or them just like Kuminga taking a gigantic leap, or Podziemski taking a gigantic leap, or they get really lucky in a trade. I think there's an easier pathway to imagine where Wemby turns into a top 3 player in the next year. And Vassell is like a top 30-ish player. And they're like really contending over the Warriors, in my opinion. I would say the same thing for the Rockets. The Rockets have a lot of interesting young talent. I would take Wemby. If I'm trying to win a championship the next 3 years, I'll just take the team with Wemby over the Rockets pretty comfortably. Suns at 15. That feels low. I can't imagine a single argument for the Kings over those Suns. I can't imagine a single argument. The Suns unquestionably have a higher ceiling than the Kings. Maybe a lower floor, but definitely a higher ceiling. You know what? I'd fucking put Wemby in just the Spurs over the Kings. Just being honest. Just being honest with you. I just don't think the Kings' ceiling is that high. Pelicans, you know, you could still talk yourself into it. Pacers, okay. They did make the conference finals a year ago. Grizzlies, kind of surprised they're not top 10, to be honest with you. Kings have a more complete roster than the Suns. Yeah, but when push comes to shove and you're in the playoffs, Devin Booker, Kevin Durant, yeah, I'd rather have that. Easily. Bro, they just got DeMar for a bag of chips. Have you seen DeMar DeRozan in the playoffs? Have you seen Domantas Sabonis in the playoffs? I rest my case. Bucks at 10 feels low. If we're just going 3 years, that feels low. I do love the Magic. I can see it. I'm trying to say, how can the Magic be ahead of the Bucks? But I said it with Cade. I said it with Scotty. You can see it. Like the Paolo fits the mold. Big, can create offense for himself, good defender, a playmaking leap, an efficiency leap, and he's right in that conversation over the next 3 years. The Orlando Magic, Franz, I can see it. Magic over Bucks is insane. It's bold, but I kind of like it. Knicks, yeah. Cavs, okay. It's hard not to feel like the Cavs have peaked with this group, but there's a Mobley. There's like a Mobley explosion that could happen. You getting 2K25? I will be getting 2K25, yes. There's a Mobley explosion that could occur that puts them in a different conversation. I would have the Knicks ahead of them, though, to be honest with you. I'd have the Bucks over the Cavs as well. Timberwolves at 6. Damn, they got the Mavs high. I actually thought the Mavs would be like 10th. There's the Mavs at number 5. Oh, they're going with Lively with the pick instead of Kai. All right, all right. Sixers. Here's my thing, right? We've seen the Luka-led Mavericks go to 2 conference finals. We've seen the Luka-led Mavericks go to an NBA finals. I mean, how many passes are we gonna give to Embiid? It's insane to me. Like, how often? I just don't get it. Can they make it out of the second round? Can they make it to a conference finals once? Mind you, they've never done it. Mind you, they have in the Embiid era, they've never done it. Nuggets hit 3. All right, I don't have a problem with that, honestly. Celtics. Thunder 1? No, sorry. The Celtics have to be number 1. We're doing 3 years. How is OKC number 1? I feel fairly confident that the Celtics will win the NBA Finals next year. I'm like not really confident the Thunder will win in the next 3 years. I'm very confident the Celtics will win next year. They do have lots of talent, lots of picks. The Celtics have a ton of talent and just one. And it's 3 years, mind you, not like 10. 3. You don't see the Mavs winning this upcoming season? I think that it'll be the Celtics again. I would love for it to be the Mavs. I mean, just saying right now. We haven't seen the Mavs play. It's easy to say the Mavs will do this. The reality is we haven't seen them play yet. Want to bet they will still call OKC a young team? They're a young team, though. They are. I guess with the Thunder, they are assuming this isn't their final form. No, for sure. The Thunder obviously are top 2. It's just kind of stupid arguing, I guess. But why are the Celtics not number 1? I kind of feel like something would have to go wrong for the Celtics to not win again. Just being honest with you. And maybe they're thinking the Celtics can win next year, but then maybe the Thunder win the next 2. You never know, man. His name is KP. They're still going to be so good, dude. They didn't need KP, man. They really didn't. We easily win game 2 and 3 against Boston if Luka's healthy, by the way. I mean, don't get me wrong. The Mavericks could do it next year. I don't want you to think I think anything otherwise. They for sure could do it.